Hello, Comrade. Welcome back to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. And today we are casting our eyes at Oil Minsk, an area that I have literally just created. It's been about a month since you last joined me here. I wanted to accrue a little bit of money and also make sure that all of the amendments to the rail network that I made in the last episode are all working fine. At the moment, we look fine on the rail side of things, but I'll keep an eye on it throughout the course of the episode. I don't really want to get waylaid by too many real problems in this episode, because we've got a pretty important mission today. The mission is to actually get ourselves some more oil, because the whole chemical plant has been working very, very well. Can't really fault it. Things are going pretty darned well. However, because we've now got to a point where things are so efficient, we're running out of oil like there is no tomorrow. So what I would like to do is I'd like to use this as an excuse to get more oil, but also to try and create a little bit of a cargo rail network as opposed to having just a passenger rail network. Because at the moment, obviously, we've got these trains that run on, well, this needs to get jeweled. And to be honest, I'm kind of excited about perhaps dueling this as part of the operations to build up Oil Minsk. The great thing about oil production is that it can all be done, pretty much free of charge. We don't really need to transport any workers over here, so all we need to really do is place a whole bunch of oil rigs and we're golden. In terms of why I chose here, I think it's pretty apparent. This area has a very, very, very large amount of oil, and if we can capitalize on that, that would be great. Now, I wanted to see if I could try get rid of this little lake. I'm not super sure that that's a thing that I can actually do. Also, I think we're too far. Yeah, we're too far away from the construction office here. Let me auto-build with rubles. You know what? Turns out we can get rid of this lake. It's going to cost a pretty penny, but it will be worth it if we can end up placing some oil rigs over here. It would certainly be pretty darn good. Does the level of water rise? I don't actually know. Well, you know what? That's actually not too bad. That's looking pretty darn good. As a proof of concept, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so my thought process is that we obviously want to create a lot of oil rigs over here, and I think what we probably want to do is, rather than pipe it all the way across the map, we want to load it up onto trains and connect perhaps the trains up to this network over here. I mean, if we've already got the trains over here, we might as well use it. Plus, it gives us a little bit of an excuse, as I was saying, to sort of create a bespoke transport line. And this area, by the way, this area right here definitely needs to be redone, and I want to do that as part of today's mission. Why is this not working now? This needs a signal here. Again, I'm already faffing around with railways, but that's okay, that's fine. Chemicals, 3.6 tons of chemicals. That's great. I mean, that's just money, and that is exactly what I like. So that's great. That's really, really good. We're not really going to redo the railway network. We're more going to expand it, add to it, and hopefully by expanding and adding to the railway network, we're going to be able to mitigate some of the problems that we have. So I think that over here in this area, we're probably going to try and put an unloading. Well, the opposite of this, oil fuel loading / unloading. In fact, exactly this. And that way, it gives us the excuse to use this existing track. It should connect up to the track that we've got up here, the cargo track, and then we can just take an offshoot from this track and take it all the way over to Oil Minsk over there. Okay, so that's pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with that plan. And as I say, the reason that we need to do all of this is because chemical production is only going to increase from here on in, and we obviously want to get more money. The more money, the better, really. So let's start things off. Let's start with an oil fuel loading / unloading station. Yeah, let's not auto-build from rules quite yet. That can go over there. And let's place down a bunch of oil rigs to extract all of this lovely, lovely oil. We really want to try and get as much stuff as we possibly can. Okay. Good, looking good. Oh my goodness. This is great. The quality of the source is very, very high. At the moment, just going to place a whole bunch of oil rigs around the circumference of this pond. Doesn't really matter the orientation of the pipes. We can deal with that in just a second. Okay. There we go. There we go. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, fine. Auto build from rubles. We need to flatten it out a little bit. That's okay. Oh, yes. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. This is very, very good. It might have been an idea if we oriented them all correctly in the first place, but, I mean, whatever. It's not going to be a problem to connect everything up. That's absolutely not going to be the issue here. Okay. It's kind of good that these things are so cheap. Because otherwise, we'd be having a problem right now. Okay, this is going to be... Okay, I didn't actually realize that the source... the oil vein was so large. Because this is going to require a heck of a lot of trains. And that is really going to make the network rather busy. Okay. Okay, we still got more to do on the lake. But no worries. We don't actually need to get all that much ground flattened. But about that should probably be fine. Yep. Oil rig right there. Probably a little bit more out this way. Oh. Yep, bring it up to about level. Doesn't look like there's going to be any issues with, like, water overflowing. Or whatever. Yeah, it doesn't look like the water physics are super accurate in this game. Truthfully, I'm completely fine with that. Okay, this might be the last little land expansion that we need to do. Let's have a little look. There we go. Okay, there's a little bit more right there. I'll place one more over there. Okay, I mean this is a gargantuan amount of oil derricks. Yeah, that's actually kind of bonkers. Okay, good. Well, this is going to be a massive operation to get this all done. But it shouldn't be... It shouldn't take too long, I don't think. I'm just worried if we're going to have enough rubles now. I'm also thinking maybe we need to get another oil loading / unloading station. Because this is really, really quite a lot of oil over here. Maybe actually. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Alright, let's get that in there. So that's 2 oil loading / unloading stations. And now we just need to make sure that we've got a whole heck of a lot of oil. Do we want to put an oil refinery here? I mean, if we put an oil refinery here, then that means we need to truck workers over here. And we really do not want to truck workers over here. The whole point of this area is that we don't have to truck workers over here. Okay. Let's try and do this. There we go. Alright, I think that should be more than enough. That in itself is going to be 100,000 rubles of oil storage right there. Right, let's unpause. So half of these things have already been built. They've been auto-built through rubles, but they only cost 8 grand, so that's actually fine. And then the tanks are going to take a little bit longer. Okay, you know what? That was actually fine. Let's fund construction of that right there as well. So that's good. Okay, this is completely fine. This is completely fine. It's all looking good. I am conscious of the fact that we are going to need a heck of a lot of money in order to fund all of these pipelines that we're about to create, because pipelines, unbelievably, are part of the most expensive, one of the most expensive things to build in the game. Right, let's get another a sixth tank, so that we've got 3 tanks which can fill this thing, and 3 tanks which can fill this thing, which is very, very good. Okay, so we want a transfer pipe thing right here. Right, let's not auto-build that from rubles. There we go. One right there. And one right there. That's grand. This will all be sort of planned before we go and do it. Just like so. And like that. Absolutely perfect. I won't actually build this pipe yet, because we're going to want to lay some tracks first, but that won't be too difficult to do. That in itself is going to cost 50,000 rubles, so that's why I've unpaused the game, and we're going to sort of run it for a little while, because we're going to need a lot more money than I originally anticipated. Which is fine. I probably should have placed the oil derricks in, like, groups of 3, so that at least I had some idea of what we should be grouping them into in order to get them to transfer the oil to the pumping stations. Okay, fund that through rubles. Also, I want to start selling some goods to the Americans. I wonder maybe if we should sell our chemicals to the Americans. Okay, let's just fund all of this. Great. Fund all of that. Is that all of the oil derricks? I think that might be all of the oil derricks. Fund that. Fund that. Perfect. Okay, so that leaves us with 300,000 rubles in the tank, which is not anywhere near enough to... oh no, that's not all the oil derricks. Not nearly enough to buy all of the pipelines that we need to buy, but that's not a problem. Okay, last one. That looks like the last one. Man, this is a crazy oil field. This is fantastic. All right, now we can start thinking about taking some track off here. So, too big a descent downhill. Yeah, we got to be careful about. We got to be careful about doing this, because there will probably be issues with the height, because we've had extensive issues with the height before. Alright. Alright, let's see if that works any better. Too sharp a turn. Alright, you know what? That's pretty darn good going. Let's plan that. We're going to dual this track from, you know, minute 1, basically. There's no reason not to. We've got plenty of money to do it. Yep. Too big a descent downhill. That's not a problem. That should all be rectified fairly easily. Okay. Where do we want to go? It's quite a long journey, actually. We'll do one track first. I say we'll do one track first. I would very much like the ability to do one track. I really feel like you should just allow me to do this video game. Okay, there you go. Fine. Okay, dual that bit of track. Fine. Alright, we're heading over there. This is going to be... we're now out with the range of the depot. Ooh, actually... We're still within range of the depot out here. So if I start a bit of track out here, and was then to start flattening, would it still be within range of the depot? Alright, whatever. Turns out we're gonna have to... Oh, no, 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 no. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, whatever. Whatever, that's actually fine. We're gonna fund that anyway. Okay. Oh, this is gonna get really expensive really fast, but that's fine. Sure. Let's just place it. Let's just place it. Let's live dangerously for a while, shall we? Okay, so that's going to be the line that's going to connect to over here. Let's think about this and how we want to do this. The great news is, by the way, that the power lines are very, very close by, which means that we're going to have no issue powering this entire operation. Perfect. Really, really perfect. Okay, so we've got the 2 tracks coming in. Let's zone these 2 tracks. We've got 1 outbound track and then 1 inbound track. Okay, so we can connect up there. Yep, curve around. Perfect. So, in fact, we don't even want to do that because there's no reason. In fact, there is every reason to ensure that we have the trains going in one side and out the other side. So I guess we can do the back end first. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Connect up there. Connect up there. And connect up there. Okay, so that should be fine. We only need 1 track out anyway. That goes there. Okay, perfect. So that's going to be the outbound track. Or the inbound track, actually. It doesn't particularly matter. It could be either. In fact, which track is going to be inbound? So it's going to be the one on the right. The one on the right is going to be the inbound track. So actually, I was right. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. And now we want to create a sort of junction that doesn't end up completely sucking, which for me is actually quite difficult. Okay, let's get something that splits off like this. Curves around. Splits over there. Great. And then I kind of want to do that and then that, because then I'm going to be able to put a signal here, and I kind of want to be able to put a signal there. It's kind of essential that we have a signal. Okay. Yeah, you know what? That actually looks pretty darn fine. As long as I can connect up these tracks to the little nubs that I've already built over... Bloomin' heck, it's a long way, isn't it? Existing construction is in the way. Not a problem. We will build around it. Build around the pylons. We shouldn't have any difficulty building through the massive spaces that these pylons leave. There we go. Alright, try again. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Wow, this came together really, really well. I don't want to jinx it, but, I mean, that was pretty easy. Okay, we got just about enough money to finish that entire construction. Left with 23,000 rubles. That's substantially less than I originally anticipated, but that's okay. We need to still signalify this whole thing, but that's not a problem. Chain signal goes right there. Chain signal goes right there. Chain signal goes right there. And then we have regular signals that go all the way along here. And part of the problem with not having a lot of money now is that we're going to need it. We're going to need a heck of a lot of money. In fact, you know what? I should just remove those signals there, those signals there, those signals there, and those signals there. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Actually, hold up. We have to keep in mind that these trains are going to be quite long. So what I should actually have done is delete that, and made these bits of track as long as possible. And then get them to merge in. Yeah. There we go. That works a little bit better. So we don't have the chain signal there. We don't have the chain signal there. We don't have that there. Don't have that there. We have the chain signals here. And then here. And then we have that there. That there. That there. And that there. Okay, that actually looks remarkably fine. That looks remarkably good. Then we obviously have a pretty standard set of points, or signals, should I say, up at the back here. I mean, it's pretty basic, really. Just a couple of points, a couple of signals. Yeah, that works fine. Yep, that looks pretty good. Nothing too wrong with that at all, which is very, very good. We obviously want to put more points along this breadth of track. That's the wrong direction. But that won't be too difficult to do. There we go, and there we go, and there we go. All right, it's pretty much completed in terms of signals now. We just place a couple of points along the stretch of track, and we're golden. Yep, literally that simple. Bish, bash, boss. Bish, bash, bosh. Alright. Well, I was not anticipating it to be that easy. I thought we were going to have real difficulty building the rails, but apparently we are not. How are things going? Ah. We've got a big steel train on the way. That's good news. It's very good news. Doesn't look like we've got any congestion up here. Well, no more so than usual. Ahaha. Now this brings me on to the next mission, so to speak, which is contingent on this steel train getting to the end of the track, because we need the money that it's gonna deliver. Okay, you are just about ready as well. You're just about ready to go. You know what I'm gonna say? Go to the customs house. Go to the customs house now, because then you'll move forward. Then you'll move past this set of points, and then that will allow this steel train to get past. Mark my words, the steel train's about to move. Also, chemicals. How many chemicals do we have? 2.8 tons. Not a thrillingly large amount, but chemical production, I think, is continuing. Yep, is continuing just fine. I did reconfigure the warehouse slightly so that now it can store a maximum amount of crops, just to make sure that we've always got storage for chemicals and plastics. That's pretty much what I'm concerned about. Alright, steel train is gone. Great stuff. Chemical train is going to have, well, a little bit of money. 8,000 rubles or whatever. It's nothing to write home about, I guess, but it is what it is. It's not too bad. The point that I was trying to make earlier is that I'm very excited about the prospects of dueling this bit of track. This is something that I've been dreaming about for a long time. If you'll remember, I think in earlier versions of the game, I think it was subsequently patched out. Oh, we also need to duel this track, but I'm not even sure if that's a possibility. We've tried it so many times, and it's just not worked, any of them. That straight up works, you know? That straight up works. That's a connection right there. That is a connection right there. Hold on. Can I get rid of this bit of track, please? I just do not want to delete anything that's key. Alright, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. That ends up working. That track is actually still connected. Yeah, that track's still connected. Alright, that's totally grand. We shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. Alright, when's our steel train arriving? It should be very soon. That's great. We've also got an oil train arriving, which is going to be another 100,000 rubles or so. So this will give us about 200,000 or 300,000 rubles to play around with. Chemical train as well is arriving very, very shortly. That's great. Another oil train, which is also in a pretty filled state. And then this oil train, which is not in a very filled state whatsoever. But that's fine. That's fine. Anyway, let's talk about dueling this this bit of track. We're going to need to change this setup, because this setup is not good enough. Do we want to duel on the left or the right hand side? Also, conveyor belts might get in the way of this operation. No. Stop auto building, please. That's not what we want to do. Yeah, so that's not going to work. That's not going to work either. Alright, this is going to be a problem. This is straight up going to be a problem. Is there any reason why we don't just, like, run a... Maybe we just redo this entire connection. We're still going to need a tunnel, right? But what if we were to put a tunnel in, like, here to here? I mean, how much would that cost? And that's just for a single tunnel. The double tunnel would cost how much? 700,000 rubles. To be honest, I think that might actually be the best case scenario for us. I don't particularly want to use a tunnel if I can avoid it, but there is presumably absolutely zero chance of me getting over this hill. Yeah, that is a impossibility, I'm afraid there, friends. Could always try and make a bridge. Even that, though, would end up costing mega bucks. I think that, to be honest, we're onto a winner with this, though, because this section of land is very, very level, almost like it was made for a train. And if we could utilize this, it would be a lovely train journey. It would be a lovely train journey all the way to the border. And in fact, maybe it's just cheaper to, like, build rail around here. I mean, that's 30,000 rubles for that. That's not actually that much money. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we should build, like, around this mountain range as opposed to building directly through it. Purely because that will cost us a heck of a lot of money. Now, it will probably increase the journey times. However, probably still worth it. We need to reconfigure these tracks right here in order to make it work, because at the moment it's only configured for trains coming from this direction and going down that direction. But we can make amendments there quite easily. Why are you stuck? What's wrong? What did I do? What's the issue here? Is there something that's wrong? It's not this bit that I changed, is it? I don't think it's this bit. Is this... This does look like it's connected. Try again, shall we? I mean... Alright, cancel all plans. And fund that. Alright, does that make a difference? Does that make everyone unlost? Also, I want to utilize this third station over there. Yeah, okay. What did I actually touch? I don't think I touched anything. Nope. It's here. I thought there was a connection here. Alright. Let's give it another crack. That looks good to me. Alright. Alright. Does that now work? I think it will. That looks good to me. That looks great. That looks grand. Okay, we got a couple of trains waiting, but, you know, not very much money on board those trains, so that's kind of okay. Alright, yeah, so going back to the sort of plan. The plan would either be double this track up and link it up here. And you know what, the more I'm looking at this area, the more I'm thinking, I really don't want to do that. I really do not want to do that, because if we do that, then this area is going to become even more messy, even more unwieldy, and just even more challenging to deal with in the future. I think what I favor legitimately now is replacing this track so that, well, to be honest, instead of going around the mountain, we could always, as opposed to going around the mountain this direction, which I still maintain would be a lovely bit of track, we could always link it up over here. And I think that that is doable without, perhaps building a tunnel. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look-see. So we need to connect it up here. And in fact, we could actually keep this... We could keep this bit of track, but it could just be the input down into here, and then the output could be, well, around this way, and it could link up over there. I don't like that though. I like the idea of having, you know, a track to come in and a track to leave with. And I do like the idea of building around the side of this mountain. This is going to be a very, very expensive operation. But it's going to look so good, isn't it? Sometimes you just have to do it, you know? Okay, let's at least plan this out. Maybe I should just plan it out with a single track. It certainly looks to be... That's a darn shame. Right. Keep going. Keep going. Yep. This is lovely and flat, this land. Perfect for building a train. Building a train network. Oh no. That wasn't connected. I mean, we've built a lovely flat train track, but it's not actually going anywhere. Okay, can I cancel this bit of track here? And see if we can try and make our way up the hill. Too big a climb uphill. Ah. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely doable. Crossing not allowed. I think it would be doable, but it's gonna take a lot of effort. I don't know. I'm undecided. I'm very, very undecided at the moment, because we can work around this. Although it just seems silly to do that. It seems silly to do that when we've already gone through all of the hard effort of, like, bridging up or training up the hill, which we know... I know how difficult that is. I know how difficult that is, and I don't really want to do it again. Alright, final final solution. The final solution that we are going to require. Let's do this. So see if we actually can find a way of bringing this track around here. And it's got the added advantage of being a heck of a lot shorter. Okay, so the track is over there. That's where we need to get to. This whole tree cutting area isn't actually required anymore. So that's kind of nice. Too big a descent downhill. Sure. Roll with this. Hold up. Is that connected? It's not connected. Come on. There we go. Get rid of that. We can always reconnect this at a later date. And the great news is that we're within construction range, so that's quite nice. Ideally, I'd like to draw from here as well. I mean, we can always do a single track, as I sort of talked about earlier. We can always do a single track over here. Just delete this track. And leave that as sort of the input. You know what? Let's do that. I mean, you know what they say. Construction is about compromise, right? I don't actually know if that's what they say. I don't know who they is. But you know what? It sounds like something someone would say somewhere. So ditch this. Okay. This is it. This is what we're going to do. This is it. All right. We're going to have a connection over here. That's going to be the connection that's going to take us back and join up onto this track. And then this track is still going to be the... I mean, I don't like it. I don't like it, but I think it's fine for now. Until we have more money, certainly, I think that this is what we have to do. I mean, the other option is just far too expensive. It's far too expensive. Okay, we need to definitely build a railway bridge, a second railway bridge. It should probably be here. How much is that going to cost? That's going to balloon the cost to 188,000 rubles, which is fine. Too sharp a turn? Really? Alright. Take it back a little bit. And try again. Alright, you'll connect up there. Take this back. Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit of a long journey, but, you know, we have the added advantage of not having to redesign most of our network. That'll cost 193,000 rubles, so that's good. Now we need to reconfigure this area. Actually, it's not going to be that difficult to do. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this back. Yep, I'm going to take that back there. I'm going to take this out here. We'll run it parallel to the track for now. In fact, I'd like to redo this. Yep, that looks good. Ditch this bit of old track. It was originally in place because it needed to go around the train depot, which was here, but now we don't have that train depot, obviously, so we can just disregard it entirely. Okay, so that sort of is the solution that we've got for now. And I don't love it, but I don't exactly hate it either. It's certainly the most cost-effective way of doing this. It also maybe starts to lay the foundations for the cargo line, which we're eventually anticipating will go through the center over here. We can definitely link that up. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. But that's that for now. So that's good. Can I get an oil fuel loading and unloading, please? And I'm actually going to need a heck of a lot of these things here. Or I say a heck of a lot of them. I'm going to need at least one. Also, we're probably going to need to double this bridge up. That might be an idea. We're going to need to, in fact, double the double bridges. Okay, now we might be a little bit constrained for space to try and get a oil fuel loading and unloading setup over here. So maybe we try and run it parallel to the river. That might be the best opportunity. We'll give ourselves plenty of space to make this happen. Okay. Let's have a look at that. That looks pretty darn good. Let's split this off from here. Perfect. And let's turn around and give ourselves plenty of space to work with. In fact, we should do something like this. Something like that. Something like that. That's actually okay. Yeah. Alright, great. Sure, connect up there, and then that can connect into... How is that allowed? How on earth is some of the track connections allowed in this game? I will never know. Okay. It's okay. This is why we plan. This is why we plan. This is exactly why we plan. Let's zippity zop this back a little bit. See if we can... Yeah, that's probably fine. What? Look at how inaccurate that is. Right. Hold on a minute. Is that even connecting up? Okay, that looks fine. And then this can run right into there. Sure, that looks fine. That looks reasonably fine. All right. Get a chain signal set up like so. That runs there. We should maybe think about getting a second one of these bad boys. A second track over there, but I don't really want to faff around with that too much now. Okay, hopefully we can fit a chain signal in here and also a chain signal in there. Grand. Okay. Nope. Come on. Just like so. Okay, that's grand. That's great. That's exactly what we need. This is going to cost us 242,000 rubles. That's fine. We still have a budget of about 100 and something thousand rubles. The next bit is connecting the output, the train outputs, over to this line. And I think that we can get away with just doing one. We're going to need to feed in from this direction. Or actually, do we want to cross over here? I think we might actually want to maybe build a separate bridge structure. It might just be easier to do that. Just like we had at the... Just like we have in Oil Minsk. We'll just straight up have a 4-track feeding into 1 track. There's no real rush to do it. We can keep it as 4 tracks for a little while if necessary. Alright, railway bridge. That's good. That's going to push the price of the construction up quite a lot. Alright, take this back a little bit. Now let's see if we can try and feed in. Angle of connection too sharp. Yeah, okay. You don't love it, do you, video game? But we are trying. That's what matters. Angle of turn too sharp. Still too sharp. Alright, well, there's only one thing for it. We'll take the track back even further. And we'll disconnect this here. And we'll try and connect it up in a way that works for everyone. Okay, good. Connect that up there. Connect that up there. And split that in there. Okay, so that simplifies to one bridge, which won't be enough, to be honest. However, we can always split this track and have 2 bridges, which I think will probably be suitable. Can that bridge be any cheaper? Not really. We'll try. Angle of connection is too sharp. We'll certainly try and keep the cost of the bridge down. Yeah, I don't think it's going to get any cheaper than that, unfortunately. What I could do... Hold up. What I could do... And the only reason that I'm going to do this is because there aren't any boats in the game at the moment. Level terrain height from center. Why didn't I think of this sooner? There is no reason to build these expensive bridge structures when I can just bridge the divide. This is glorious. What was the point? There was no reason to ever do any of this. If I've got the tools to do the job, I might as well just do it like this. Right, ditch that bridge. We can save big time over here. All right, we're on to a winner here. What I would like to do, actually, is I can build a railway bridge across this track. Can I do that? That will push the price up a little bit, but it will allow me to hold on. Will allow me to connect up like this. No, it won't. All right, that was somewhat of an ambitious ask. I just don't want any sort of like tailback of trains to hold up the other deliveries. So I think that I do actually want to get a bridge over here. It's just a little bit of a problem to get bridges because they're always quite difficult to finagle into something that is reasonable. All right. Well, I do want to get a bridge, so that sort of means that we're going to have to suck it up and do it. Okay. You know what? That's actually totally reasonable. That's not going to cost us... That's going to cost us hardly anything. That's totally fine. Alright, great. So that goes like so. That bridge, again, can be doubled up if needs be, but it probably won't need to be. And that goes in there just like that. Okay. That's great. We're also going to delete that, of course, because we're just going to level out the terrain. Here's hoping that this doesn't actually have any catastrophic effects on the map or anything. Hopefully water physics don't exist, as I talked about earlier. We haven't tested it in any way, though, so that might be misinformation. Okay, so that connects there like that. This connects up here like that. Okay, this is glorious. Oil Minsk and its necessary infrastructure is all going to get built. It's going to get built in one fell swoop. 240,000 rubles or so. That looks pretty reasonable to me. Alright, so some trains might get lost temporarily, but that's okay. The point is that we need to make sure that this track down here is one way. It's very much only one way. In fact, do we even require this track here now? I don't think we do, because the trains will never be coming up this way again. Yeah, let's delete that. Delete this. delete that. Yeah, I think that that is actually all that we require, which will greatly simplify everything. It also allows us to place a signal on this bit of track, which we've not been able to do previously, because otherwise the trains wouldn't be able to get back or they'd get stuck going in. So that's really good, in fact. Yeah, pretty happy with that. We need to make sure that these oil trains know where to go. I did disconnect that, but I don't really care about the wire over there. Okay, good, 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 good. I can't believe we didn't think about leveling the land before this. What a great idea. Perfect. It's only possible in the Soviet Republic to block the waters. Okay, let's see if there are any water issues. I don't think that there are. Thank goodness that boats don't exist, and therefore, presumably the developers feel like they don't have to simulate any sort of water physics or any of that nonsense. 28,000 rubles to fund the construction of the Oilgrads unloading depot bits. That's great. That's really, really good. I'm really, really happy with this. And you know what? You know what's even greater, actually? Is that we already have an oil pumping system around here, which we can use to pump oil to where it needs to go. I mean, we've got the oil pumping station number 4. Oil's is currently not sending anything through it. But that's fine, because what we can do is we can just put another one of these pumping stations in right over here. We'll put a couple of fuel tanks around here. The fuel tanks cost 20,000 a pop, so I'm not going to do that right now. But we can put a couple of fuel tanks out here, so we can unload the oil directly into these fuel tanks, or into these, the oil tanks. You know, these oil tank things. These oil tank things. And then we can pump it all the way up through here, into this tank, and then once it's in this tank, obviously, it goes down the pump, the pipe infrastructure that we already have in place, and takes it to either the chemical plant, or to the oil refinery. Man, oh man, oh man, that works really, really, really well. I'm ridiculously happy with how this turned out. We still might need to double up this tunnel, because the fact that it is a tunnel is still a problem, because we can only have one train in the tunnel at any one time. But we'll see if that makes any difference. Yeah, I'm not super worried about it. 131 tons of coal is ready to go. My goodness gracious me. And you know what's great is that pretty much, presumably, for the entirety of this episode, the train network has been very, very well behaved, which I like. 159 tons of coal. That's looking good. We really should buy another coal train. We really should buy another coal train. I mean, Colgrad is just crying out to have more of its coal used, because we're not using anywhere near the total amount of coal. Building is on fire. Uh-oh. That is a building that is not connected to the road. And I don't think actually can be connected to any road. Yep. I mean, sure. You know what? Let's give it a bash. Actually, let's give it a bash. Let's see if we can try and connect this road up. Ugh. I mean, I don't love it. It's going to be a challenge, but I think it's possible. Right. Take this back a little bit. Too sharp a turn. This is fine. There we go. Looking good. And then just come across here. Come across here. Connect that one up as well. Why don't we? And connect that up. Alright, fund that. And then what we need to do is reconnect this pipeline, which is going to be somewhat of a challenge, maybe? Actually, no, it won't be. Pipelines are super malleable, really, in terms of what we do, so that's really nice. Yep, fund the pipeline as well. Although that's going to cost us 70,000 rubles. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Do we have a fire engine, please? Also, that ambulance that I sold, I should probably rebuy an ambulance. What's the most expensive ambulance here? Sure, buy an ambulance. 85 tons of steel for this pipeline. Oh no, hold up. That's not just this pipeline. It's the pipelines over in Oil Minsk as well, which are still... yeah, still in the planning phase. Do I feel okay about cancelling those plans? To be honest, yeah, I do. I don't really need that right now. I don't need the pipelines in Oil Minsk. Where's the fire engine? No fire trucks coming to deal with the fire? Can I ask why, please? This is definitely within range. Yep, it's all connected up. It looks fine to me. The fire truck is in the depot. Can I not have a key piece of my oil infrastructure burned down, please? Right, cancel all the plans, because there's no point in buying that if it's just going to be destroyed. It's definitely all connected up, isn't it? Come on, guys. Buy a new fire truck. Just go to the... we don't need... we just need the fire truck. Come on. Why is no one responding to this like an actual emergency? Nope, no one's even remotely interested in tackling this fire. I don't understand. I mean, I guess it is an oil pumping station, which makes it a dangerous fire to fight. However, can I... no, so is it going to burn down and am I going to have to redo all of this pipe? Something that I could do. Let me give this a try. Residential buildings. Yep. How much does it cost for a fire station? 28,000 rubles. Yep. Do that. Auto build from rubles. Great. Maybe I should have done this earlier, but it's still definitely salvageable. Alright, you know what? Just go. Get it built. Maybe someone will start working in it straight away. Fire is consuming this pumping station with reckless abandon, unfortunately. Right. Fire station is built. Fire truck. Oh, we don't have any rubles. Oh, yikes. Sell one of the fire trucks over here, since it's being so unbelievably useless. There we go. Need firefighters? Yep. We absolutely need firefighters. Do we have a road connection? We sure do. Do now. Footpaths? I don't think I can even connect up a footpath. Maybe to there? Oh, come on. I really do not want to delete this, that oil pipe. Hold up. The building is too distant? Really? Is it within walking distance of anywhere? Yeah, it is definitely within walking distance of here. Oh, please, someone, just come and work in the fire department. It says they're all within walking distance. Hey, okay, 100% of people go there. Okay, 100% of people go to the fire station from this thing as well. Alright, good. Firefighters, come on. Come on, firefighters. Look at these people. These people gotta be walking to where they need to go. Come on, walk into the fire station. Please, someone walk into the fire station. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Fire trucks, dispatch. Dispatch. No fire trucks coming to deal with this fire. Pray tell, why not? Yes, go! Go, 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 go! Save it, save it, save it. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so unbelievably close. I think we're gonna do it. I think that we're gonna do it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Never a doubt in my mind that that was gonna be successful. I was never worried. Not even for a second. Not even for a millisecond. Not even slightly. Not even slightly. Honestly, never. Never even worried. Wow. Whew. Right. Wow. Just give me a second for my blood pressure to chill out. Let's rebuild this pipeline, which is actually kind of necessary. Don't auto-build from rubles. There we go. There we go. I want to build it from dollars, sure, because we don't have any rubles at the moment. And if we do that, then we can just make sure that we've got our connection working properly. Okay, so we've ended up with an extra fire station. Not really intentional. Probably for the best, to be honest. We do need a fire station out here. Thankfully, that was a relatively easy... pumping station to connect up to a road, but not anticipating that that's going to be the case all the time. Oh, look! This area is starting to grass over. How wonderful. It looks like the oil trains are not having any difficulty accessing this area. Very, very cool indeed. Well, you know what, Comrade? We're going to leave this episode here. Thank you very, very much for watching. Probably off camera, I will set up Oil Minsk and make sure that it's all pumping and operational. I don't think that really needs to be done on camera. Unless you really want to see it, please let me know. So we're going to leave it there. Thank you very, very much for watching, ladies and gents. I'll see you next time. Bye.